You've probably noticed this weird paradox happening lately, right? On one hand, AI has made creating content unbelievably easy and fast. But on the other hand, actually getting traction, actually succeeding with that content, it's gotten so much harder. Today, we're going to dig into exactly why that is. We're going to talk about a huge shift that's happened online, one that created a brand new rule for survival you just can't ignore.
All right, so let's set the scene here. Think back just a couple of years. If you wanted to make a really high-quality presentation, a slick graphic for social media, or even just a well-written article, you needed real skills. You probably needed expensive software, too. That whole barrier to entry, it's just gone. It's completely crumbled.
And really, the magic trick behind all of this is just pure speed. The whole promise of this AI boom was instantaneous creation, right? You type a few words into a box and boom, you've got a whole presentation you can customize. Need a cool image for a blog post? And AI just makes one. This isn't about getting a little help, it's literally creation on demand. And the sheer scale of this is, well, it's insane. We're not just talking about one or two tools here. It's a whole ecosystem that just popped up overnight. You've got platforms like Vismo for business stuff, Adobe Express for all the social media creators, HubSpot baking AI right into marketing. The market just absolutely exploded with choices, and every single one of them was promising to make you more efficient. So this frantic, rapid expansion, it created this dominant belief system in the industry. Let's call it the thesis. And the idea was super simple. More AI, deployed faster, was the only way to win. It was a total gold rush. Everybody was chasing the exact same dream. Just automate everything and scale content to the moon. But this is where this story takes a turn, right? Because what happens when everyone has the same superpower? How is anyone supposed to stand out? You just get this endless ocean of content that all starts to feel, well, the same. It's generic. It feels kind of soulless. And a system like that, it's going to start to crack. The bill for all that incredible speed was about to come due.
And here's the bill, 71%. Wow. This number is just staggering. This was the average traffic loss for affiliate marketing sites after one single event, Google's massive core update in December of 2025. Think about that. For thousands of businesses that were built on just pumping out automated content, this wasn't a little dip. This was an extinction-level event.
And look, this wasn't just another little algorithm tweak. We have to see this for what it was, a direct, powerful response to that flood of cheap, generic AI content. It was a huge philosophical shift in what we even consider valuable information. Basically, Google drew a line in the sand and said, the old game, it's over. And you can see the new rules of the game so clearly when you look at who won and who lost. On one side, you had the sites that got hammered. Some lost 85, 95% of their traffic. And what did they all have in common? Pure automation. They were just publishing raw AI output, tons of generic articles with zero human fact-checking. But then, on the other side, you have the sites that were thriving. And what was their secret? It was human-led value. It was content guided by experts with genuinely new analysis. So where do you go from here? What's the path forward in this new world? Well, the answer wasn't to just throw away all the technology. It was to lean into the one thing that AI absolutely cannot fake, your own humanity. And this right here is the whole game changer. It boils down to a really simple question, but one with huge implications. This new E for experience got added to Google's quality standards, what they used to call EAT, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Now it's EEAT. And what that really means is it's not enough anymore to just know about something. You have to prove you've actually lived it. Okay, so the big question is, how does an algorithm even detect something as human as experience? Well, it looks for real, concrete signals. Stuff like your language patterns. Are you saying in my testing, or are you just quoting what experts say? It's also looking for super specific details, the exact measurements or model numbers that you would only know if you actually had your hands on the thing. And maybe most importantly, it's looking for original photos and videos, your photos and videos, not just generic stock images. And this is really the main takeaway from this whole great correction. Your unique, personal, lived experience, that's the one thing that can't be automated. It can't be copied and pasted a million times. It's your competitive advantage now. It's the defensive moat you build around your work to protect yourself from that giant sea of generic AI content. So that brings us to what I think is the most powerful model for the future, which we can call the synthesis.
Think about it. We had the thesis, which was more AI, more content. Then we saw the antithesis, which was Google's correction that rewarded human experience. The synthesis, then, is where we get smart and combine the best of both.
So what does this synthesis actually look like in the real world? Well, a perfect example is the expert-led review site. You've probably seen these. They're started by someone who is a genuine, recognized expert in their niche. And they don't just talk about products. They actually go out, buy them with their own money, test them thoroughly, and then show you the whole process with their own photos and videos.
I mean, look at this. This is from a successful site's own standards page. This is what a real commitment to experience looks like. It's totally transparent, and that builds so much trust because you know it's based on real, verifiable effort. This isn't just someone saying they're an expert, this is them proving it. And the results? They speak for themselves. While all those generic AI sites were losing 71% of their traffic, a kitchen equipment site run by a pro chef, one that followed this exact expert-led model, saw its traffic go up by 67%. So you see, the market didn't just punish the losers, it massively rewarded the winner. So this really gives you the new roadmap. The failing approach? That's when an AI spits out some content and a non-expert just hits publish. The winning approach? That's when an expert is in charge, guiding the AI, using it as a powerful tool to create something new and then checking every single fact. It's the difference between letting the AI fly the plane and being the pilot with AI as your co-pilot.
And this is really the ultimate goal, right? You want to create something that's literally impossible to make without both parts. You let the AI do what it's amazing at, crunching data, spotting patterns, getting a first draft down. But then you combine that with what only a human can bring to the table, the nuance, the critical thinking, and all those priceless insights that you only get from actually doing the thing.
So as we wrap this up, it really all comes down to this one question you have to ask yourself. In a world where basically anyone can generate content, the only way to stand out is to make something that only you can make. The future isn't about who's best at writing prompts for an AI. It's about who can take what the AI gives them and infuse it with their own unique, irreplaceable human experience.